Beep, 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 beep. News from the Jester News Os. How are you? All right? It's me. What a surprise. Come and be a jester, right? Come and be a warrior teacher. Buy me a coffee if you can. They keep demonetizing me. Well, I'm demonetized. You can't see me on Twitter. You're happy to get that, but you think, what's the point? What's the bloody point? Can't get the message out. Can't get the message out, can you? Silliness. But we keep going regardless, don't we? The hope that somebody will put it right and that everything will turn out okay and people can see you and do what they need to do to understand where you're coming from. At the moment, that doesn't seem to be possible. It does grind mind. Get you down. Get you down. Just think, why bother? And then you remember why. And that goes away. Okay, so that's just a whole thing there, whole session with myself, which is ironic about talking about doing sessions with oneself when you consider what we're going to discuss today. I have seen some claptrap in my time, as you well know, because I bring you claptrap constantly that you have to deal with and listen to. But this takes the proverbial biscuit, right? This is from a group of utter wibblers called the HRC Foundation, okay? Now, why is it always foundation? LGBT Foundation, HRC Foundation, eh? So it begins because apparently it's Asexual Week. It's Asexual Week, right? I thought, well, I'll give the asexuals the benefit of the doubt. And I'll look at this and look at it in depth by reading the article you're about to hear called What Does It Mean to Be an Asexual? Just make it stop. Asexual, often called ACE for short, by who? Who's doing that? By ACE for short, refers to a complete or partial lack of sexual attraction or lack of interest in sexual activity with others. Right? So it's something that we all are sporadically. Is that fair to say? You tell me in the Dubris where the link is, right? Don't forget to join as a jester, right, by the way. Or my Substack. Buy me coffee. Usual stuff, right? So at some point in our lives, all of us are a member of this fictitious asexual community, right? Asexuality exists on a spectrum. Oh, God, no. Not a it's a spectrum. So you're either having sex or you're not having sex. You have no interest in sex or you do have an interest in sex. And between that, there's a spectrum. Right? So hello, not interested in sex on the left, very interested in sex on the right. So in between that's a spectrum of what? Masturbation, gentle fellatio, raging gobbling. What? Yeah. Frigging and rigging. What? Come on. I did like rabbits. Yes. Banging on the bottom with a woman's weekly. What? Spectrum. Spectrum of it exists on a spectrum. An asexual experience people may experience no, little, or conditional sexual attraction. Conditional sexual attraction. I'm only gonna play with you if you clean yourself. You do the dishes, right? And I'll give you a gentle hand job. Is that what conditional? Let's move on. Maybe they will explain to me what exactly this means. Why the exact number is unknown. Yeah. It's all of us, you twat. Numerous sources suggest that there are hundreds of thousands of asexual people in the United States. This is absolute insanity. You know that, right? To understand the asexual community, I'm not, you aren't going to get through to me, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. It's also important to be familiar with the following definitions. Allosexual, right, is the opposite of asexual. People who experience sexual attraction are called allosexual. But you said these people sometimes. So are they partially allosexual and then asexual? Or are you just saying that they're either A, impotent, or B, a raging whore? What is it, eh? Grey asexual. Grey. Also called grey sexual or grey ace, grey asexual refers to a grey area between asexual and allosexuality as part of the asexual spectrum. People who are grey ace may rarely experience sexual attraction or only experience sexual attraction under certain circumstances. Well, those certain circumstances, is that when they find something horny? Yes, that's right. How is that any different from the rest of the world? What makes you different? Nothing. You're not special. You're just, you have a fluctuating sex drive. Welcome to the world. Mine's fluctuating out the window. I can't find it. I have a sex drive. It's just driving faster than I am. These ridiculous, stupid people. It moves on. I'm still trying to understand. Honestly, I'm acting in good faith. Next is demisexual. Part of the asexual spectrum, a person who is demisexual only experiences sexual attraction when they have a close emotional bond with someone. Yeah, that's a bit scary, isn't it? So they're turned on by close emotional bonds. How confusing can that get? And then it says, what challenges do asexual people face? And I'm sitting here thinking, well, I can't think of any. I think the only challenge I think you face is that you're nuts, right? That's the only challenge you face, is that you're mad and you don't know it. But according to HRC's analysis of the 2021 LGBTQ community survey, 82% of asexual people said their highest priority health concern is addressing mental health challenges. 82% of asexual, they literally are all in need of therapy. 82% said their highest priority is mental health challenges. So this is saying that 82% of asexual people are, deeply dippy about the things you love. Or they're coming to take me away. 82% of them are, medication time, one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Is that what they're saying? Am I misreading this? You tell me, right? This includes depression and anxiety, I bet. If you're focused this much on, building a ridiculous spectrum in which you constantly try to place yourself, rather than just, finding some alone time and bashing the bishop or having a good Kit Kat shuffle, right? Get things right in your head. What's wrong with these people? These challenges are rooted in the stigma associated with being asexual. Nobody cares. The only stigma is the one that you're making for yourself. Nobody gives a damn who you are boinging, all right? Okay? I don't care, right? Whose buttocks your thighs are slapping. And I don't care if your thighs aren't slapping anybody's buttocks. You're just mad, all right? These challenges, rooted in stigma, similar to other LGBTQ plus identities, which are all made up, asexual people are often met with disbelief or dismissal. Yeah, that's because you're mad. 84% of you. If you meet somebody who says they're asexual, right, you've got an 84% chance of being right if you say, yeah, nutter. You've got an 84% chance of being right. Loons, right? They don't need help. They just need telling. Go off. Asexual people are often told that their identity is just a phase. It's not an identity, it's a human condition. Go, man, give it to a donut right now. Right the way through to giving it up and being a monk. Right? What was that line in the West Wing where the president said, oh yeah, he was dealing with these extreme right Christians, and they said to him, show a teenager pornography and his mind turns to lust. To which the president, played by Martin Sheen, responds with, show a teenager a lug wrench and his mind turns to lust. These people are like this because they're obsessed with sex. They're like this because they're obsessed with it. They're absolutely obsessed with it to such an extent that they have to, break it down into tall little spectrum chunks and give it all names, rather than deal with the fact that probably they're raging horny 99% of the time. Twats. Right. Others may even try to pressure asexual people into having sex. So they're going to want to be under the banner for conversion therapy next. They're trying to make me have sex, but I don't want to. They're converting asexuals. This is really the Nutsbury Farm end of all this, isn't it? It really, don't you think? Mad, right? They're told it's a phase, or, oh, the ears itching, often told that their identity is just a phase, or they haven't met the right person yet. Others may even try to pressure them into having sex, mistakenly believing it will change their lack of sexual attraction. But you've already said at the beginning that they don't have a lack of sexual attraction. You said at the beginning that they either have sexual attraction or they don't, so they're the same as everybody else. So there's actually nothing special about these people at all. You're having a week to celebrate nothing that nobody is part of, or everybody is part of. So actually it should be, it's Human Week. Let's celebrate Human Week. Oh, that sounds ridiculous. Why don't we just not do it at all? The truth is, the truth, now they've got the truth. They're going to give me the truth. I can't wait. The truth is with me. The truth is that asexuality is a valid identity. No, it's not. Nothing valid about it. I'm asexual. What are you going to do, put in your profile? My name's Peter and I'm asexual. Go, buzz off, Peter, and toss yourself off. You'll feel better. The truth is valid identity, and there are many ways asexual people find fulfillment in their lives outside of experienced sexual attraction. This is just, it's such a weird framing, right? So they think everybody's having sexual attraction all the time, but they don't have it for an hour on a Tuesday. Therefore, they're asexual. Nutters! Okay. According to the split attraction model, we've got a model now. Where'd that come from? A gender studies department. Sexual attraction and romantic attraction are separate feelings that may or may not align. No, nonsense. Some asexual people experience romantic attraction, go on dates and form relationships with people of the same or different genders. This is truly a nutter's wankfest, isn't it? Right. They may value companionship and strongly desire a partner or partners. Other asexual people are aromantic and find fulfillment outside of sex and romance. Instead, they may prioritise other aspects of life, such as friends, family, work, hobbies, and personal values and beliefs. Right? There's so much going on there, you're going to need an Excel spreadsheet. Right? What about it? These are obsessive people. Right? Today I'm Wednesday. Wednesday, blowjob. Thursday, see family. Friday, visit granny. You know, this is the spreadsheet mentality of the insane. Absolutely insane. Some asexual people participate in queer platonic relationships with one or more partners. Right, so they're whores. Whore! Some bloke whoring himself out on the scene. It's Wednesday, I'm available for whoring. They're deeply unwell, or they should be accountants. One or the other. A queer platonic relationship describes relationships that breaks the norms of pure friendship or romance. For example, a queer platonic relationship may involve a greater degree of commitment or intimacy than a typical friendship, but does not necessarily include sexual or romantic elements. Right? So it doesn't mean anything then. Right? It's just friends with benefits, isn't it? You know, I mean, you know, if gay men do this, or I've got, you know, if you just fancy a quick shuffle, you got a mate who'll do it for you, or it's all that sort of stuff, right? They're just weirdos, aren't they? And then we go on to media depictions of asexual people. Are there any? This bloody cold's going to kill me. Are there any, right? Asexual people are also challenged by poor media depictions that portray them as broken or subject them to ridicule. Oh, good. You don't get to not be the bad guy, all right? Especially on media. The phrase sex sells is one representation of society, and the media's emphasis on sex as the be-all and end-all of personal fulfillment. The media's obsession with emphasis on sex, is it? I mean, some may. It's not the overarching statements they make to make their little box fit. On TV and in movies, characters who don't want or don't have sex are often portrayed as immature, shy, or insecure, rather than simply disinterested. Nobody cares. This is just power, oppression, grievance mining of the critical social justice warriors. They are literally mental. It's here in this one article. Goodbye, you mad things. That disinterest by, you know, that it's just is. Do you don't want sex then? No, I'm disinterested. Okay, we'll leave you alone. As if everybody else isn't going, do you want sex? You wandered up to people randomly in the street, fancy a bit of sex. Yeah, it's just like a bonobo, you know, where their greeting is to masturbate one another. Can you imagine being a trainer having 12 people who walk in the room you've got to say hello to? Oh, God, you'd be exhausted by 8:30, wouldn't you? Morning! Oh, this is my 6th, but do carry on. Explicit asexual representation in media is uncommon. This involves, generally, when it does appear, an attempt to fix the asexual character so they become interested in sex. Some depictions simply amount to erasure. For example, many people read Sherlock Holmes as seemingly asexual in Arthur Conan Doyle's original books, but many adaptations depict him having sexual relationships, only by perverts. It's like Sherlock Holmes. I get this is the sort of thing like when I watch a film, right? So a film comes, oh, this will be good, and you get this, and in the middle there's some bloke kissing a woman, or a bloke kissing a bloke, or a woman kissing a woman. You know what I mean? Or a transgender person kissing a coach, or whatever it may be, right? And I just think, oh, well, that's broken the narrative, right? It's not because I'm asexual. It's because I don't like shit like that in films, unless the film is about shit like that. In which case you're going to go for an Out of Africa, The Way We Were, something serious that's got a bit of an edge to it. So what they're saying is essentially that they should have more depictions. And in this case, Sherlock Holmes is asexual in Arthur Conan Doyle's original books. But many adaptations depict him having sexual relations. I don't understand what the point of that is. So what? Sherlock Holmes' The Sexy Years? Is that what it is? Sherlock Holmes' The Sexy Years. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Sherlock Holmes' The Sexy Years. You imagine? I don't look at me because I don't understand it. A Study in Grey. Sherlock Holmes. They're either boring people or mad people, aren't they? One or the other. You can support them. It says it's got a separate heading and all for supporting asexual people. If you are or believe you may be asexual, you are valid in your identity. Despite media and social stigma, nobody heard about it 5 minutes ago. The only stigma you're doing is bringing it on yourself, which of course is deliberate because you want the stigma so you can get into the power and oppression game. Claim victimhood, and then, apply for funding somewhere. That's the game, innit? Yeah, we see your grift. Despite media and social stigma, asexual people can lead fulfilling lives with deep attachments to friends, families, partners, and passions. This is literally delusional. Also, know that you are not alone, and that being asexual means you're part of a community of incredible asexual individuals. Won't be around long, though, will they? One generation. It's like this, right, asexual community over there. Yeah, give it 60 years, then it'll be gone. It'll be gone. It'll be a distant memory. We'll just have to erase a few articles and they're done. It's a literal genocide. If you would like to be an ally to asexual people, affirm asexual identities. Good morning, everybody at the meeting. Before we begin the pronouns, can you give us your identity as well? But yes, Roger here, she, her. I'm asexual. You are valid, Roger. The fact that you're not bonking anybody is valid. Everybody, can I just have a quick round of you do? Yeah, so Roger is valid for not bonking. Right, okay, great. Thanks very much indeed. Next we have, my name's Mildred, and I'm a he, him. And Mildred, anything else you'd like to add there? I'm a rampant whore. And can we validate the rampant whorehood of Mildred, please? Why does Cole Porter spring to mind when I read anything about this nonsense? Anything goes. So you affirm, educate yourself and others about the stigma faced by asexual people, and work to dismantle negative assumptions about asexual people in society and in media. There's no such thing. You just label you. I'm a tree. I'm a teapot. What are you today? I'm a log. Are you? Don't ask me any questions. And what are you today, Mildred? I'm a whore. So they've got some quick facts to go with Asexual Week, which is what this is about, Asexual Week. It's Asexual Week. God help us all, right? It's held annually. So why? Because they don't seem to be very regular in anything else, do they? It's not the same as celibacy. With celibacy is a choice. Asexuality is a sexual orientation. No, it isn't. You sick, twisted twats. Or an intrinsic part of an asexual person's identity. No, don't care. According to their own analysis of the 2021 Look Up It's Q community survey, 71% said they live in an LGBTQ plus friendly city or town, compared to 82% of all Look Up It's Q people. Asexual people more often fear losing their health insurance than the generation. It's just 3/4 of asexual people said their employers are generally supportive. What for? What for? Right, the link's in the dubris. What do you make of this? So I've been on my journey today. I've been down the rabbit hole. There's just people who aren't or aren't having sex. Right? Which doesn't make you anything. It's not a sexual orientation. It's just being human. Which, if you'd stop filling out your identity spreadsheet, you'd learn more about and you'd be less mentally ill. If you want to feel better, regularly get some endorphins into your brain. And we've had ways to do that alone for a very long time. So I suggest you set aside some me time and go for the bopping the bishop and the flicking the bean. And on that, I will leave you to it, ladies and gentlemen, and we shall celebrate Asexual Week in the only way that we can, which is not caring less. Goodbye.